Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 249. Gambling on Little League games? Seriously? I'm Nick, and we have our co-host Harrison tonight. How we doing, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How we doing?
I, I mean, we'll get into it, but this gambling on Little League games is ridiculous. I can't even wrap my mind around it.
It's the world we live in, man.
It is
It's the world we live in.
wild. All right. Before we get started, I want to say a great and stupendous thank you to Mid-State Sewer Service, who is sponsoring our show this evening. Jameson Keaton Ellers reached out, would love to support the podcast. So this whole episode is brought to you by Mid-State Sewer Service in mid-Michigan. So if you're in the mid-Michigan area, give them a call if you have any sewer needs. All right. Before we get into the show, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links at the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please do so through our links, as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the podcast. And of course, the Rounding Third merch store, Rounding Third Baseball on Etsy. We got sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, phone cases. We got tons of stuff on there. So go ahead, order your Rounding Third gear. I know you'd look great in it. I know a few of you already have, so you look fantastic in that. Just a great way to get our name out there and to support the podcast.
Love seeing the Rounding Third logo start to pop up places.
It's pretty awesome. All right. I mean, are we so gone as a society that we have to bet on Little League baseball? How and why was this even allowed to begin with? Yeah. Facts. Fun dip and soda for sure.
Fun dip and soda to get that kid to throw the first pitch out of the strike zone, pull a Class A.
I mean, what are we even doing here? What was your initial thoughts to this, Harrison?
I honestly, my initial thought was, I thought the headline was somebody like trolling. I didn't think it was real. I was like, what? There's no way people are taking bets on Little League games. And sure enough, you dig in and there's actually like a full suite of betting happening on these Little League games, which to me is astonishing. I mean, these are 11 and 12-year-old kids that you are throwing money down on. And in some cases, there's even like prop bets being taken. And it just blows me away that this is a thing. And we're in a world now where we bet on Little League baseball.
I really have nothing to say on it other than I'm just like, I mean, I shouldn't be astonished by it, but like I am. Like, how was this even allowed to be a thing to begin with? How does a company in their right mind be like, you know what, let's throw some Little League games on there?
Yeah. I look, you want to bet on college sports? Sure. Those are 19, 20, 21-year-old kids.
And it's not those aren't even amateur sports anymore.
With the new NIL rules, yeah, it's not even amateur sports anymore. But so let's say you want to bet on amateur sports, and we call college sports still amateur sports. Those are at least adult age players. These are kids. These are 11 and 12-year-old kids. And you know what happens when gambling starts. You've got the people that can't handle it, that freak out and blame the kids because they didn't get the big hit, or they didn't score that run, or they threw the 40 or the 42-foot fastball, and it ruined their whole night. I can't believe that we're betting on sports where the age of the players is not even at least 18. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. So I mean, how do we make it stop? Other than, does like the government have to step in and be like, no, or like what?
Cap, yeah, I'm with you. I thought it was totally a trolling headline.
Yeah.
They've got to put guardrails on this. Like, you have to set it up in a way where you can't bet on athletes that are below a certain age. Like 18 sounds like a good number. Maybe you could even call it 16, but I don't see, you should not be able to bet on competitions where the players are children. It's wrong on so many levels. And these betting houses just don't care. They'll take the action. You want to
Yeah.
place a bet on, will this kid throw a first pitch strike or first pitch fastball, or will this team win? They'll take it. They don't care. Like the problem is, we're learning these betting houses are just soulless money machines, and that's all they want is, what other action can we get?
Brian, high school below. Yeah, I'm with you. Like off limits. Like I can't even think being like in the meeting we'll just say, I mean, I'm not even going to say a name because I don't know who did it, but you're sitting in a boardroom with all the executives and you're like, all right, what sporting events are coming up? All right, we still have MLB. Oh, Little League World Series. Let's throw that on the ticket. Like, yeah, I don't know how that even comes up.
I'm just waiting for them to start betting on like the friggin' spelling bee that's on ESPN. Like, where do we stop? Like, where does this end? You shouldn't be able to bet on children. It feels and seems so wrong on so many levels.
So many levels.
And we don't need these gamblers, ranting and raving about how some kid screwed up their parlay. Or, we've seen major leaguers get death threats over gambling. Are we going to do that to kids too? Like, you don't need to introduce it. It's bad enough that like these kids are out there on TV and people are crazy.
Yeah. 12-year-olds don't need to answer to degenerate gamblers. 1,000% Captain. I can't wrap my mind around that. Tommy says, I don't gamble. I'm not against gambling, but gambling on minors should be illegal. For everything you said, Harrison, anything with minors to do with money and everything else in society, it's wrong. Period. End of story.
Cap, and the sad part is we all know a guy that would take the spelling bee action. Like, it's unfortunately when you open up the world of sports betting and the flow of activity and the flood of activity happened, like that's when you learned exactly what we're working with here.
Yep. And can I have the language of origin for douchebags? I mean, legit. I mean, I think it's French. I mean,
it's always French.
I mean, it's not funny in the grand scheme of things, but like at the same time, like it is. Like just the fact that it actually got to this level to actually be something that could be executed and carried out just blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, as a parent of kids that play sports, I would be horrified to think that there are actually bets being placed on what my kid's going to do next. Like, there's just no place for that. There's no need for it. There's no place for that. Go bet on the major league games. Go bet on college athletics, but don't bet on Little League. I mean, this is insanity. You don't need 11 and 12-year-old kids worrying about the gambling action. And is somebody gonna, put their name out there or message them directly to scream at them for blowing their parlay? Like, we see the dark side of this whole sports betting thing is what the professional players are complaining about. It's the death threats. It's the letters. It's all that stuff. Like major leaguers are getting those. We've got all kinds of examples and we've talked about them on the show. Yep. You don't need 11 and 12-year-old kids getting letters from pissed off gamblers. Because remember, their names on TV, their faces on TV, you know what school they go to, you know what town they live in. You can find them.
Right. Yeah.
And as a parent, like that also scares the hell out of me to think that my kid is on TV with you want to know their height, you want to know their weight, you want to know their favorite baseball player, their favorite candy, you're going to know what school they go to, what town they live in. I mean, ESPN gives, everybody's information away. It's just, here it is. Here's everything you need to know to go find this 12-year-old kid. In the old days of Chris Hansen, How to Catch a Predator, like this is all the information you need to send these nut jobs out.
Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. Like there's way too many details on these kids for these guys not to find them because they messed up their parlay. It's absolutely disgusting. It is.
Or, prop bet about what is it, a ball or a strike. And I mean, if the fact that somebody was writing the fact they were taking prop bets on Little League World Series games is a whole nother level of wrong. it's bad enough to be picking winners and losers. It's worse to be taking prop bets on exactly what the kid's going to do next.
Yeah. I mean, and John, you're like, I know you're kind of tongue in cheek here, but like these kids don't need any more pressure. They're already on a stage that most of them have never been on before, have never experienced this type of stage. And then you throw all that stuff on it. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely nuts. But
yeah. And Brian, totally agree. Like there's a really, really dark side to sports betting. And these kids don't need it.
No, never.
And if I'm Little League, I'm freaking out. Like, did they okay it? Are the betting houses just doing it anyways?
Yeah. So Edward, the Little League World Series had like sports gambling on it. People were able to bet on the Little League World Series. That's what we're talking about right now, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But so what's the next step if this still continues to happen? Do they stop televising the Little League World Series? Like, would they? I mean, that would be a lot of money lost for networks and
it'd be huge,
and the Little League World Series itself. But like, you have to protect these kids at some point. Would taking it off TV do that, or making it like a paid service that you pay for the 2 weeks and you get the Little League World Series?
I mean, I think in reality, the only way you're going to fix this is through legislation. You're going to have to get some, and I really hope that there's some senators or representatives that are seeing this going, oh my God, like we have to stop this. Like we can't allow betting on minors. I think, Brian, to your point, you're never going to, you can't unring the bell. You're not going to put the genie back in this bottle. It's out. Sports betting's going to happen, but you're going to have to legislate. You're going to have to legislate to place guardrails on sports betting to prevent stuff like this. Because right now, from what I'm reading, Little League is screaming, please don't place these bets, but they can't stop it. They don't have the ability to stop what bets are being placed. So Little League is asking and pleading for them to stop doing it.
Yeah. And Tommy, this isn't really a bad idea either. If it is on ESPN next year, just don't put their hometowns. Maybe they just say they're from Pennsylvania. They're from New Hampshire. They're from California. Don't put the hometown, like we're not going to see, like maybe they just start having nicknames or made up names, pseudonyms when they're coming to the plate. Because if this is what it's going to turn into, you can't have these minors on TV. But we were talking about it a couple weeks ago with the draft. A lot of the guys don't go to the MLB draft because they're still under 18. But yet we're blasting 11 and 12-year-olds all over TV with everything you said, with all of their personal information.
And then you pan to a picture of mom and dad and you're saying, hey, here's the Arno family, giving their names out too. It's like, I mean,
with their birth date, on there sometimes too.
Yeah. I mean, these you're giving out, I mean, they're asking these kids questions, their favorite player, what their dog's name is, what kind of candy they like, their weight, their height, the school they go to, the town they live in. And then you also know mom and dad's name, because 9 times out of 10, they pan to the crowd to say, oh, there's the family of so-and-so. I mean, yeah, you're giving it all away. Yeah. There's zero privacy. And I do think that's okay. I do think that's okay. So long as you're not introducing the other side of gambling where people might be like searching for these people to get, because they're mad about a bet they lost.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. These sports betting folks get so out of control and place bets they can't afford to lose. And then something goes wrong and they blame everybody but themselves.
Yeah.
Which is why major leaguers are getting death threats over parlay legs that were lost. Brutal. Like, it's insanity.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to step in and legislate at an age range that you just can't take bets on, because there's no way that anybody, I mean, the fact that Little League Baseball is like asking and pleading to please don't place bets on this, but they can't actually stop it, blows my mind.
Yeah. And Forrest, I see what you're saying, but there's no way that Little League okayed this. There's no way. I think it kind of happened behind their back. I mean, at least I hope, just like you said, I hope.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, Little League International is condemning it, but they can't stop it. And yesterday they came out again and asked people, please don't place these bets. Like, do these kids a favor and don't get involved in this.
Yeah, making sports betting illegal would work just about as well as the prohibition.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's way too late for that. Sports betting is the thing. It's out there, and fine. In most cases, it's fine. You just can't get kids involved. It's wrong on so many levels. And the fact that Vegas or these sports books don't see it is concerning.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't stop the bets from being placed, but you can penalize and fine the sports books that take them, that's a good alternative, John. I mean, I don't mind that at all. But
yeah, you're gonna have to legislate it. You're gonna have to change the laws around this to create guardrails, because clearly the sports books aren't going to do it.
And it's a shame we can't just let kids play and have fun doing it, Cap. And I mean, amen, brother. I mean, just leave the kids alone and let them live out a dream. I would have loved the chance to have gone to Williamsport. And now kids are just going to be like, no, I'm good. Come some 55-year-olds play some bets on me. Like, I don't need those guys calling my house. Like, crazy.
Yeah, it's not. And flat cheese, you're totally right. Nothing changes until it hurts, until it hits somebody's wallet.
Yep.
And you're going to have to find a way to either legislate this behavior, penalize this behavior, disincentivize this behavior, whatever you want to call it. But the fact that the sports books are taking these bets is repulsive.
Yep. And John's backing that point up, Harrison. This is pathetic that we're even talking about this crap. 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, I saw the headline and I thought for sure it was a joke. It was somebody trolling. But no, as I found more and more of these headlines, started digging in, I'm like, oh, this is actually a thing.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we just let the kids play?
Crazy. All right.
But I'll give you 2-1 odds on the spelling bee, Nick, if you're interested.
I'd take it if it was 3-1, but anyways,
it's coming. There's going to be there if they don't change this, they'll take bets on damn near anything.
Crazy. Anyways, moving on. We got 2 players that reached the 100 RBI plateau same night. Cal Raleigh got there first right before Kyle Schwarber joined him later that night with another bomb. I think it was his 41st or 42nd. But pretty cool milestones already. I mean, we're midway through August and these guys are sitting at 100 RBIs. They're probably realistically 125, 130 kind of on pace for here.
Yeah, what do we have? 40-ish games left, 36 games left. I mean, yeah, I think you'll see the leader somewhere around 130, 135 maybe. I mean, Schwarber's at 102 now. Pete just got to 100. Cal's at 100. What's interesting is Seiya Suzuki at the All-Star break had like 75 RBIs. He's now at 86. That whole Cubs offense is just stalled.
Struggling.
It's bad.
I mean, like they said, I think since the All-Star break, Kyle Tucker's hitting 215. Suzuki can't buy a hit. I mean, that Cubs offense is struggling, to say the least.
PCA's hitting like was it $180 last I saw? Like the whole offense is just imploded. Yeah,
not good for the Cubbies here. But yeah, pretty cool milestones. They all kind of hit them. But pretty neat.
And Cal Raleigh's getting very close to catching. He's at 46. He's going to catch Salvador Perez here soon for most home runs by a catcher. He just continues to put up numbers that are not typical of that position.
Yep. Yeah, I think he'll get the single season home run record for a catcher. No joke. Forrest, this is an awesome idea. On a lighter but totally serious note, it occurs to me that there are a bunch of people here for whom walk-up music ought to be played when they enter the chat. 1,000%. That'd be incredible.
Remember the old days of like AIM when somebody like would log in, it would make that door sound to tell you that they logged on.
Yeah. Alonso has 100 and is a proud owner of having driven in 82% of all runs scored by the Mets this year. I mean,
you're not wrong. He's driven in most all of them lately. I mean, that's another team that's just lost.
Yeah. I mean, we're sitting here, a couple of weeks ago, and we're like, this is going to be an interesting race down the stretch. Yep. I mean, everyone is on it, and then all of a sudden they weren't. Cubs fall back. Mets are nowhere to be found. The Tigers were even struggling for a while. I mean, it's starting to iron out here real quick who the real contenders are and who are kind of the pretenders.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's beginning to flush itself out. Yeah. But in the In the home run race, you got Raleigh at 46, Shohei at 43, Schwarber at 43, Judge is at 39. He's trying. What's interesting though is you look at so Cal's got 46 and 100, Schwarber's got 43 and 102, Ohtani's got 43 and 80. Hitting out of the leadoff spot's not always a good thing.
Well, and the Dodgers haven't been the Dodgers really, except for when they play the Padres.
Well, yeah, they own the Padres and nobody else.
Yep. So I don't know. It's a toss-up for me right now. I don't know. I mean, other than the Milwaukee Brewers, who we'll get to in a little bit, I don't know who the front runners are.
Well,
would you say?
And you can't take the Brewers in the playoffs. Like, even if you want to, you can't.
Right. I mean, if you had to choose two teams right now, Harrison, could you?
I mean, sure. With a high degree of confidence, no. I mean, I feel like I might as well pick them out of a hat.
Yeah.
I do feel like, Philly seems like although Wheeler going down certainly is going to change their trajectory, but
we'll get to that too.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the Dodgers are the team to beat until somebody does it. In the American League, I mean, I don't trust the Tigers anymore. They've been kind of a mess. The Red Sox still have their problems. The Blue Jays, I mean, do you trust the Blue Jays? The only team in the AL I trust is the Astros because they've done it so many times.
Yeah, and they have a completely different squad too. So I mean, It's like, but they've been there. Yeah, Edward Roman Anthony, that kid's gonna be legit. Like, you look at his at bats, and they are professional at bats. Yeah. They are absolutely incredible.
And unfortunately, the Sox got the news today that Marcelo Mayer is going to need season-ending surgery. So that's
I got that in there too.
Yeah, the other piece of the big three is done.
The captain says Toronto and Philly. All right, that's who he's taking.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
You could have told me Detroit and San Diego, and I also would have said sure. I feel like I want to say it might have been John Temple a few weeks ago said that it's just this year's a total crapshoot. Just get into the playoffs and then let the chaos happen.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like there's any true favorites going in. I feel like everybody's just you're gonna throw all these teams in a ring and they're just gonna duke it out.
It is whoever is hot in that last week and can carry it in. Yeah. I mean, and Astros were stomped 12-0 today. So I mean, like,
the Astros they lost 9 out of 10. I remember the Red Sox swept them. Then they came right back and won 6 or 7 out of 9. So
yeah, Braves have won 5 in a row. Michael Harris comes out of nowhere. He's on a tear. What the heck? Like, the dude's been missing all year. All of a sudden he's breaking. And this is a fair point for us. The postseason will always be pandemonium now. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Health changes aside, I have Detroit and Philly.
Great choices. I mean,
Mets and Houston. Mets got to turn it around somehow, but okay.
The Mets are going to Met. The Brewers are going to Brewer. The Mets are going to Met.
Yeah, for sure. But
I don't trust either of those teams.
No.
Because history says don't trust them. Eventually, they can break that trend. They just have to do it.
Yeah. All right. So Brandon Young from the Orioles. Haven't talked much about the Orioles this year because, well, not much to talk about. But perfect game into the 8th inning against the Astros with 2 outs, swinging bunt to Young's right. He throws it away, and it's ruled a hit and an error. Did you see the play, first of all?
I did. Yep.
Did you think they scored that correctly?
Yes, ultimately, I think they scored it correctly. Because the issue is you're looking at the play itself as what is the likelihood that a player makes that play,
right?
And the reality of it is most players aren't going to make that play. He had to get to it, turn, spin. It was going to be a bang bang play at first, and based on difficulty, the official score, and I tend to agree, said it's highly unlikely he's going to make that play. So that's a hit, and the error was what caused him to get to second base. At first, I thought it was a terrible call. And then I watched the replay and I'm like, no, as the official scorer's job is to actually assess the play that they're seeing, the likelihood that it's made. And in that case, there's very few pitchers that are going to make that play, period.
Yeah. I mean, it was a really tough play. Brutal. I think he didn't realize how much time he actually had, because if he would have planted and thrown a semi seed over there, I think he would have got him. I I think the internal clock in his head was a little bit messed up with everything that he was doing. I mean, the dude was going for history.
Yeah, he rushed it.
Yeah. And I think he had more time if he planted and got a good throw over there. But I ultimately do agree with the scoring as well. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's just the Astros trying to screw him over because it wasn't."
It's MLB helping the Astros out again.
Yeah, I mean, get off it. I mean, it was a tough play. He made a decent bid on it, but I think just with everything going on, the magnitude of what he was doing, his internal clock was a little messed up, and he just rushed it, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, did he have time to plant and throw? Maybe if he threw a dart, it was certainly going to be a super close play. He rushed it, I think, feeling the pressure of knowing that he's got a guy going down the line, he's got a perfect game on the line, and just choked it.
Yeah.
But again, like, I don't know that there's more than maybe a couple of pitchers that I can think of that probably confidently make that play.
Yeah. It was an ugly way. Yeah. Ugly way to lose a perfect game and no hitter for sure. And terrible. Pitchers like to throw splitters to first base. Listen, I can't stand watching pitchers throw to first base because it's either a 25-foot arcing lob that usually airmails the first baseman, or it's an underhand toss from 55 feet away that I'm like, looks like Kyle Schwarber trying to flip to the Red Sox pitcher there. That's one of my favorite clips of all time when he was with the Red Sox for that short time, and he airmails the first first base lob over the pitcher's head. And then the second time he actually did it, and he did the old fist pump, and then took his hat off and saluted the crowd. Like, so funny. But yeah, pitchers throwing to first base, man, makes me nervous every single time.
Well, as much as they practice, the PFP, pitcher fielding practice in spring training, as much as they practice that, like game situations late in the game, there's no practice for that. You either make the play or you don't. And it's all just bang, bang. It's shut your brain off, make the throw. And you're right. Pitchers either throw a rocket that skips or, a moonshot. So many times pitchers don't make good throws. And it also makes me appreciate a guy like Greg Maddux so much, who is such a good fielder at his position, because that is very much a dying art, because 9 times out of 10, these guys fall off the ground. They're not even in a fielding position.
No.
So when the ball's hit, they're completely useless.
Yep. Jamie Moyer would have made that play.
Oh my goodness, he would have made it easy.
Well, he's a lefty too. It's glove side.
He would have thrown an 82-mile-per-hour rocket to first base to get the out.
Yep, absolutely. But my next question on here: where are all the no hitters this year? We haven't had a single one.
No, and usually there's several before the All-Star break. Like, there hasn't been one.
Yeah. I mean, granted, pitchers aren't going the distance anymore, but I mean, we've had some complete games, but we've just had really no hit bids. Really.
Yeah. And I think, the old days were, pitch to get outs. Now it's pitch to get strikeouts. And if hits happen, whatever.
Yeah.
And we've heard that when we've talked to the various minor league pitchers that we've had on the show. And, in the minors, you're taught you need to get as many outs on as few pitches as you can. Figure it out.
Yeah.
But that apparently goes away when you move up to the major leagues, because they don't seem to care about getting outs quickly.
Well, no, because that doesn't get you paid, Harrison.
It doesn't. And that's the problem, is that you're teaching one thing but rewarding another, and then you can't figure out why guys can't get outs. You can't figure out why your stud starter can only go 5 innings.
Right.
It's because
Go ahead.
It's because you've basically trained them not to.
Right. It was like Tyler Glasnow's been on the field for a combined 1 year since 2020, and he's still getting paid $35 million a year because he can throw 100 and strike guys out. It's a little backwards there.
I mean, we saw Shane McClanahan go down again.
Still.
I mean, I guess he was kind of on the way back and then set back. I don't know, but again, like, as soon as he gets cleared to throw, he's max effort again.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. There's been 3 legit close no hitters and a bunch into the 7th. That's it. Crazy.
And I honestly think managers and general managers just don't care. I don't care about the no hitter. No. I want you to give me everything you got for 6 or 7 innings and then go sit down, because I want to bring in my 103-mile-per-hour guys out of the bullpen. Like
Yeah.
I'm done with you after 6 or 7. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
no matter how good you're pitching, I don't want it. I'm
And
done. Get out.
we've almost seen this phase out anyways, because like
Yeah.
look at all the combined no hitters we've had the last few years, right?
Yep.
I mean, your starter goes 5, 6 no hit innings, he gets yanked. Then your
Yep.
bullpen comes in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, combined no hitter. It seems like we see those a lot more often the last few years, but I mean, we haven't even seen a combined no hitter this year, so it's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, I agree. And John, it's so true. I mean, I think back to the 80s and 90s and even into the early 2000s when it was a pride thing. Like you finished what you started
Yep.
and you tried to get the complete game. I mean,
Yep.
there were days where, were you going to go out and take the baseball from Andy Pettitte or Roger Clemens or Pedro Martinez or Randy Johnson? No. If they were dealing, they stayed until the bitter end.
Even if they weren't, ask Grady Little.
I mean, yeah, even if they just said they could and they couldn't. But it was a pride thing. These guys wanted to finish what they started. And now the guys, I'm going to throw as hard as I can and then take me out when you're done. Like, it's fine.
Who were the pitchers last year, right? They led the league in complete games with 2.
Yeah.
And it was like Christopher Sanchez, I want to say Gossman, and there was one more in there. But 3 guys had 2 complete games all of last season.
Yeah, so last year it was Max Fried, Kevin Gausman, Christopher Sanchez.
Fried was the third one.
Yep. You had
3 guys had 2 complete games, and that led the league. Yikes.
And you only had 4 pitchers break the 200 innings mark.
Yeah. Brutal.
And that was Logan Gilbert, Seth Lugo, Logan Webb, and Zach Wheeler.
Yep. Yeah. And Forrest, I'm with you. If I'm an MLB starter, I'm not sharing glory with 2 middle relievers and a closer for something I could have done myself.
That used to be the mindset. Now it's the whole like, no, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You back in the day, you had to go out to the mound and literally wrestle the ball out of the hand of a guy like Randy Johnson. Forget about a guy like Kirk Gibson. But you had to go fight those guys for the baseball. As a manager, you were out there to fight for the ball. I remember the days of Roy Halladay. I mean, he literally would just put his hand up. No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Yep.
And the manager would backpedal back into the dugout. I think we saw that in Philadelphia once.
Yep.
He put his hand up and said, "I'm not done." Okay.
Now, I mean, some of these guys are on pitch counts, and I get it. Like they're either coming back from injury or they're trying to preserve them for the postseason, which that's really all that matters in baseball now. I get it. So like there is sometimes a bigger plan that us fans don't necessarily see.
Sure.
But man, oh man, is it frustrating.
Well, it is. It is. You go there to see the stud starter, and then they're gone after 5, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I guess that's it."
Yep. Yeah. now I see why Dodgers fans leave after 5 now. Makes sense.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, and their bullpen has not been good this year, so there's nothing to stay for.
Right.
Flat cheese, Trevor Bauer. The difference when you didn't have to wrestle the ball from Trevor Bauer. You had to go get it back from the bleachers after he turned and chucked it. Facts. That was a little different.
Yeah, man. All right, Joan Duran hit by a comebacker. X-rays negative though. Looks like he's 100%. He's going to be right back on the field. Looks like he won't miss significant time. And I had this slide made before we got the report saying he's 100%. Everything's fine.
Yeah, he's walking fine, moving fine. He's good. But that report came out just a couple hours ago. So
yeah, but what would have happened if he went down? I mean,
well, first of all, let's not ignore the fact that we'd lose the greatest entrance in baseball.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, let's be serious. The Durantula and the fire.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, that the Phillies, since he's joined them, he's added so much credibility to the back end of that bullpen like they've never had.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been a huge change for them because I think they've got, and I think that's part of why they've also been playing better is I think they've now got the confidence that like we can win a close game because we got a guy at the back that nobody's hitting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have been bad news for the Phillies because we also have this news. Zach Wheeler on the 10-day IL with a blood clot in the right shoulder, but have no timetable as of yet. So they're putting him on the 10-day just in case it clears up or goes away or whatever, and then he can come back. But where does this put the Phillies if he's out for extended time?
I mean, I hate to be dramatic, but I think that's the end. I think they make the playoffs. I think they fall short. Zach
Again.
Wheeler, yeah, exactly. Again, Red October is going to be short again, and it's not because they don't have good players. They've got they've got one of the best rotations in baseball. They got incredible depth, but Zach Wheeler is one of the probably 5 best starters in the entire game. This would be the equivalent to Pedro Martinez going down for the Red Sox, or Randy Johnson going down in 2001 for the Diamondbacks. Like, that's what he means to that team. And I think that losing him, which, I mean, I tend to agree with John. I don't see how he comes back this year, or why he would want to come back. And Kyle Schwarber even came out and said it, like, this is bigger than baseball. He needs to go get healthy, and whatever that means.
Yeah, I mean, blood clots are no, they're serious matter. It's something that you need to take seriously, because that thing can travel, and it's like you said, bigger than baseball.
Yep.
Absolutely. Like, it sucks. Selfishly as a fan, watching this guy pitch is something else, because when he's on, he's, like you said, one of the best in the game. But at some point, you have to put baseball aside, and like, this is your life, dude. Potentially, if that thing travels. So get it taken care of.
And don't forget, this is a guy that came out earlier this year and said, I'm going to retire in 2 years because I want to go be a dad and live a normal life. This is a guy who's already thinking about his exit. This might be all the scare he needs to be like, no, I'm shutting it down.
Yeah. Have to.
I'm not playing this game.
Yeah.
Because he's easily one of the 5 best pitchers in baseball.
Easily. Yeah. And Tommy's with us. Wheeler worries me. Red October will be over if Wheeler's done. Agree. And Captain Wheeler has been one of the most consistent pitchers in the MLB. 1,000%.
Obnoxiously so. Like, obnoxiously consistent.
Yep.
And that, I think Phillies fans were excited because Nola's coming back, and he looked terrible today, but maybe Nola gets some traction and can fill in for Wheeler, because you haven't had Nola for a while. But I mean, they've got incredible starting rotation depth, but when you need a win in a game 5 or a game 7, you don't have that guy. It's Zach Wheeler. That is your guy.
Yeah.
He is your stopper. And without him, I just think the Phillies fall short again. And that window is continuing to close.
Yeah. If not almost completely shut. I'm gonna throw that in there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a crack, I think, at this point.
There's a lot going on in Philly.
Yeah. It's terrible. All right. Brewers overcome an 8-1 deficit Friday to extend their lead to like 13-game win streak, and then they win 14 straight. Are they the NL favorites at this point?
I mean, they finally lost today in extras, so no. I mean, that's a losing streak and doesn't look good. I mean,
of one.
Yeah, I mean, this team, right? There's no team playing better baseball than the Brewers. But again, the Brewers have the same track record of, we get crazy hot for a stretch of the regular season, we go to the playoffs, we get bounced in the first round, we rinse and repeat. Now, I do think this team is different. Yelich is healthy. You've got that veteran leader. You got the young guys who almost don't know any better that they're young guys. You have pocket pancakes, which you've never had before. I think you finally have all the pieces in place to be a legitimate playoff contender, but I just can't buy the Brewers yet because the track record has just been so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get on this train. I really do, but I can't. I'm with you. Like, it's just the same old with the Brewers. That's make the playoffs, exit, make the playoffs, exit, make the playoffs. Oh, we won a game, exit. Yep. Oh, we're up 2 games. Oh, we'll blow it in the 9th. Well, San Diego just got swept for us, so there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. I think they could be a pain in some teams' sides, though. If they're
sure.
still playing consistent baseball, because there's a lot of teams out there that are not playing consistent baseball. And these guys seemingly have all year. And that's what the Brewers do. They're one of those teams that don't beat themselves. They play great defense, and their offense is clicking. So I don't know.
Yeah. The Brewers play obnoxiously good baseball. We said it last week. They hit for enough power. They have guys that are up there making contact. They make great contact. They don't strike out a lot. They don't make errors. They catch the ball. They throw the ball. They pitch real well. They close out games. They're never out of a game because they can just string hits together. They take the extra base. They run. They steal. I mean, they literally do everything. Like they are. So I guess to answer your question, are they the NL favorites at this point? They should be. I'm not ready to buy off them being the favorite yet, but are they potentially the best team in the National League? Yes. Yes, they are, because they play the type of baseball. We said this about the Guardians. Like when you play really good baseball and don't give the other team extra chances and don't hurt yourself, it's really hard to lose a lot of games with that method. That formula has worked forever.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pocket Pancake was one of the best interviews I've seen in recent years.
It was so good.
And small ball warriors, the Brew Crew are. Yeah, they take the extra base. They take the extra 90 feet away from you. When you're not looking, you overthrow, you miss a cut, they're there.
They intentionally move guys over. Like you'll see a runner at second with nobody out, and all of a sudden a ground ball to the right side. Holy cow, that's amazing. Now he's at third with one out, and then they get the sack fly and he scores.
Yeah. And
obnoxious.
And honestly, like this is a fair point. And
totally.
We're with you. Like it's still the Dodgers, right? They're the defending World Series champions. The NL has to run through LA at some point.
Yep.
Right. And the regular season doesn't mean anything anymore. Not like it used to. You know, when you won the AL, you went to the World Series. You win the NL, you went to the World Series. That was it. Now it's like your top 8 get in. So like it is a lot different.
Oh yeah.
And they're still going to have to go through LA. I'm with you.
Yep. I'm not ready to buy into them, but there may not be a better overall team in baseball than them.
And Mike, our Boston Red Sox are right there with you on this point for the Brewers. I worry they're peaking too soon. Same thing. Red Sox are playing pretty great baseball right now. It's about 3 to 4 weeks too early for my liking.
Yeah, you still got 6 weeks to go.
Yeah.
It's you want to be peaking middle of September, not middle of August.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, this is Pocket Pancake could backfire big time.
Oh yeah, they'll write themselves, sure. John. There's no doubt.
Yeah, 1,000%.
But at the same time, like we can have a good laugh about that, but like that's the kind of stuff that's like that has galvanized this team. Yes. And they just don't care. Like they've shut the world out and they're just doing their own thing. And it's been working out really friggin' well. Ask the Cubs how the Pocket Pancake and all this stuff has worked out. Because the Cubs are trying to figure out what happened. We went into the All-Star game up a game, and now all of a sudden we can't even see them in the standings anymore.
Yeah. And that's all it takes is one little intangible thing. Like look at the 04 Red Sox with Cowboy up. As silly and stupid as that was.
And don't let us win tomorrow. Yeah.
Right. Like that can galvanize a club and not even mean it to. Like one little thing can trigger a run and a spark in a team. So, and baseball's funny like that.
It is.
So crazy.
But boy, oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to some Seattle stuff since, we have some Seattle fans in there. Bryan Woo, first pitcher since Cy Young in 1905. This is courtesy of John Temple. He sent me the stat because they said it on the telecast. He's the first pitcher since Cy Young in 1905 to have 24 starts of 6 innings and less. There's 6 innings and less than 2 walks in each start. Where's the Cy Young talk with this guy? He just goes out and deals every outing.
He does, but the problem is it's 10-7, 3.02 ERA, 153 Ks and 152 innings. Those are incredible numbers. But until you're striking out, 15 guys like Skubal is or like Crochet is, nobody cares. Like Bryan Woo is almost he's the throwback pitcher in a sense, where he's getting outs the old school way, which is also why he's in game so much longer. I mean, this is a guy that in 24 starts has pitched 152 innings. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, for some guys, that's their whole season. Blake
He's
Snell
right.
won a Cy Young Award, and he pitched just barely more than that.
It was like 157, right? I think Corbin Burns too was around the 147, 157, if I remember.
Right. And then you got a guy. So then you've got, Tariq Skubal, who's pitched 152 and a third with 190 Ks. So same innings, but he's got more strikeouts. So that obviously gets the attention. Plus he's 11 through the 242. So it's kind of hard to fight that one. But I mean, he is kind of a throwback pitcher in the fact that he's got so far fewer strikeouts than some of his contemporaries that he'd be working against. But that's why he's consistently in games later.
Yeah.
Because he's just getting outs.
Yep.
And that's the name of the game.
This is also a good point. I mean, West Coast never gets talked about nationally unless you are the Dodgers.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's fair. The right-handed Jamie Moyer.
Yeah, Crochet, 152 and a third, 188 strikeouts. They've all thrown almost exactly the same number of innings. Crochet and Skubal have the higher strikeout total, better records, lower ERAs, and that's why they're sitting where they're sitting, because they're the headliners.
Yeah.
But Brian Wu has been, he's been incredibly consistent. He's been honestly, at times, I think John would probably agree, like, when the other guys in the rotation have had a tough time finding it, Brian Wu's come through.
Yeah.
And he's won the big game. He's had the good start. He's gone deep to save the bullpen. He's not the headliner.
No, but he should be.
He's
the backbone of that rotation right now.
And the thing is with Brian Wu, he will be. It's just not his time yet. There will be a day where Brian Wu is talked about like an ace. I mean, this is a guy who's not even 26 yet. Yeah. His day is coming. It's just not here yet.
If only we would have sent Tristan Casas to the Mariners for Brian Wu in the offseason.
We proposed that how many times? And apparently Craig Breslow wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Instead, he gave up, top prospects for a middle reliever and lost starter.
Yeah. Yep. Why do we think West Coast baseball isn't talked about as much as East Coast baseball?
Population.
I mean, it's population, and I think it's how late the games are on too. Like a lot of the population doesn't stay up till 10:05 to watch the West Coast games. I think that's part of it. I think there's a lot of factors there. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like there hasn't been a lot of great teams on the West Coast either. If you think about it, like, yeah, the Dodgers, the Padres lately, but who else out there contends on a consistent basis?
Yeah. And the fan bases aren't as, crazy as a lot of the East Coast. Like you look on the East Coast, you've got the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Mets, the Phillies. Like you've got a lot of your big kind of rabid fan bases. West Coast, you got LA. San Diego is a small market. Seattle kind of gets forgotten up there in the corner. You got the Rockies, you got the Giants, you had the A's, sort of. The Diamondbacks. And those are not necessarily like huge fan bases.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Marcelo Mayer will undergo season-ending wrist surgery. Captain, I put this whole Photoshop together just for you. Thought I did well on this. Where does this put the young star of the Sox? Because wrist injuries are not easy to come back from.
Ask no more.
Typically. Yeah. So where are we standing on Marcelo Mayer right now?
I think this is a big setback for him. He was finally beginning to settle in, get into a rhythm, start to build some consistency. The numbers were beginning to turn. So I think for him, it's a huge setback because he was beginning to build momentum. I think it's also a setback for the team because I think he's a valuable player and his defensive versatility, speed, power, he can do a lot. But the wrist surgery to me is always, as we saw with the Nomar situation, is nerve-wracking. The only thing I think that works in his favor is that it's August. He's getting
Yeah.
that surgery now. He'll have the next 6 weeks of the season to get healthy, then all off season. So I fully expect that he will be good to go for spring training. But wrist injuries are not fun, and Red Sox have bad memories of them. So the Red Sox fans, I'm sure, aren't feeling comfortable, kind of like I'm not feeling comfortable.
Yeah. I really hope this kid can come back and be fine. And the youth might be on his side here.
Yep.
I mean, that's the one thing he's got going for him. But it's a tough one. I mean, the Red Sox have been doing okay without him. But for the future, with him and Roman Anthony, and then when Christian Campbell refines it, he's a big. That's definitely a scalpel. It's just really big. He's got big wrists. What can I say?
Yeah, it's like the foam finger equivalent of a scalpel.
For sure. He is going to be a big centerpiece of this Red Sox team moving forward. Hopefully coming back fully healed from a wrist. But we have seen guys sometimes don't come back fully from a wrist injury, a major wrist injury. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing is he doesn't even turn 23 till the end of the year. So, I mean, he's certainly got age and time on his side, but I expect he'll be fine. But I hear wrist surgery and I pause just from the memories.
Yeah, for sure. How are we feeling about the Red Sox right now, Harrison?
I really, really, really want to believe this team is this good. And then they have games like today where Crochet goes out and shoves, and then the bullpen implodes. Can't get 6 outs.
Oh, bad. It was bad.
I mean,
and they almost gave it up last night.
Right. Well, that's the thing. They damn near gave it up last night. I don't. If this team, I think this team makes the playoffs, but if they play like this in the playoffs, they'll be done in the first round. Like you can't continually ride this roller coaster. And this, then you've got guys, Romy Gonzalez and Abraham Toro and all that. Like, how long are these guys going to keep this up? Because these are not guys that are projected to play like this or play this much. I mean, you've got questionable players in key spots. Again, like, this team can hit. Yes, they've done well. But when they go into the playoffs and you're only facing the top 2 or 3 pitchers from every team, does that offense carry over? Do these guys still rise to the occasion? And can they hold a lead? They just continue to show that holding a lead is a problem. I mean, even Matt's, who you brought in at the deadline to help hold the lead, gave up a run today too.
Yeah. For me, it's the bullpen. That is my biggest worry going forward, because I think you can figure out the rotation. I think Crochet's fine, Giolito's fine, and I'm even going to say Bayo's fine, which is kind of weird for me to say. But I think fine-ish. Those 3 are, yes, I guess that's a better word for sure. I think those 3 could do some damage in the playoffs against some teams, right? But like you said, you cannot trust that bullpen to save their lives. There's nobody in there that I'm just like, okay, other than Chapman, that comes in and I'm like, all right, it's game over. I mean, we were up 7-1 Saturday nights, and they almost gave it up. They won 7-5, but my goodness, it's brutal. Fine adjacent. I'll even take that for sure.
Fine adjacent. I like that.
Yeah. Other than Chapman, the pen sucks. Michael.
Yeah.
1,000%. It's tough. And how that was not addressed at the deadline with all of those arms out there to be had.
I know. It wasn't like there weren't players available. Although I will say, like, we've seen a guy like Helsley change teams, and he's been terrible. So maybe they were smart to dodge some of those guys, but there were so many arms out there to be had.
Yeah, and probably guys that didn't move that could have moved, and you still didn't go get them.
Emmanuel Class A. Oh, wait, never mind.
Too soon?
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Red Sox will make the playoffs. I don't trust them in the playoffs.
Unless they completely outslug the other team, there's no chance, I don't think.
I mean, so say you draw Detroit. Are you going to outslug Detroit with the pitching staff they have? I mean, maybe, because their offense has been putrid lately, but you're asking a lot of that offense to have to build up a big enough lead that even that bullpen can't blow it.
Yeah. And Tommy, we're with you. We want to believe them too. They're our team, but it can't buy them because of the bullpen. 1,000%.
Yeah,
we're with you.
Stuff.
All right. I want to show you guys a little bit of what I did on Jeopardy. I was going to release this on Thursday, and then we had, the guest on and all that stuff. But so after or before the week 5 game, for the post that I was publicizing the game for that night, I put all of the final Jeopardy answers on the post. I don't know if anybody recognized that, but I just wanted to lay out that secret for you guys right now. So week 5, Randy Johnson was the final Jeopardy answer. Then we had Mike Schmidt in there. We had the retired number for the fans in Cleveland. So that's what the drummer was for the Jeopardy there. I can't remember who the pitcher was, but that was the Boston pitcher in week 8. Then Thomas and Bagwell had the same birthdays on week 9. And then Germán Marquez, which I am sticking to my guns on that. So Harrison and I did some digging after. Max Fried actually had 2 pinch hits that year. So 2 pinch hits that year, which makes him ineligible for the pitcher spot. So therefore, Germán Marquez did lead in 2021 with the most hits for a pitcher. But yeah, I just thought that was a little bit of a Easter egg, if you will, that I kind of put out there that I don't know if anybody picked on it or not, but I wanted to throw this slide in there and tell you guys about it.
Still, my favorite part of Final Jeopardy was when you leaned into the camera with your Phillies hat.
Yeah, I was just like,
I was like, oh, okay, we are trying to make this hard not to get.
Okay, John, he's still a pitcher. He had hits. I'll die on that hill. Fair. Okay. But,
that's fine.
Yeah. And we gave you all points for it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. But, in the end, it worked out just fine. But
yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that little Easter egg out to you guys to see if anybody picked up on it. But right.
When Nick told me he was going to do this, I'm like, all right, man. Like, if everybody gets Final Jeopardy, we know it's not working. And then we saw the answers come in. We're like, oh, actually, okay.
Yeah,
this is okay.
But
because they were hard questions, and Nick was trying to find some way to give you something to work with.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
Nick is all about the people. He's a man of the people.
For sure. All right, so we do have MLB trivia. Like I said at the beginning, this episode was brought to you by Mid-State Sewer Service. So my buddy Jameson Keaton Ellers owns this company in Mid-State, Michigan. They are Mid-State Sewer Service is Mid-Michigan's complete solution for sewer, drain, and septic care. They offer expert sewer cleaning, high-pressure water jetting, video camera inspections, septic tank pumping, and portable toilet rentals. Backed by years of experience and a commitment to clean, dependable service, Mid-State keeps your systems running right day or night. So go give them a like and a follow on their Facebook page or check them out at midstatesewer.com. So thank you so much to Mid-State Sewer for sponsoring this episode. Really means a lot to have your support. So if you are in that area and you need septic tank stuff done, or any type of sewer service done, give them a call and tell your friends.
Yeah. And having been in real estate for most of my adult life, it is critical to get things like your leach fields checked, your sewer line scoped, because roots, all kinds of stuff, those things don't last forever. And you can either find it before it's broken, or you can find it once it's broken and you've got everything backing into your house. So these guys provide an incredibly important service.
Absolutely. So, all right. It's MLB trivia time. It is Who Is That Guy? Because, it's Harrison's night. So, we are starting.
I love these.
Who is that guy? Take it away, Harrison.
All right. I got 7 for you, Nick. And we got some requests to go back a little further. So I've got a few from the 60s, 70s, 80s in there. Tried to keep them a little less obscure. For those of us that don't remember that time era as well as others, but we'll play with this. But we'll continue to work in some older players as well, just to give a little bit of everything. So with that, Nick, let's kick this off. All right. First player. Played for 11 seasons between 1987 and 1998. Played for the Padres, White Sox, Mariners, and Indians. One-time All-Star and a first-round pick. Best known for his highlight reel plays at second base and his defensive versatility. Who is that guy?
Oh, that's my boy. I loved him on the White Sox. That's when I used to watch WGN on Friday nights. Him and Tim Raines.
Yeah, see, when I think of White Sox second baseman, I think of Ray Durham.
Yeah. So he was before Ray.
Yeah, so and I think of him with the Mariners. Like I remember the Kingdom. Yeah, I was waiting for John Temple to jump all over this one.
Yeah.
And the answers are coming in, John.
So I can still name that entire White Sox lineup. Then it was like Tim Raines, Joey Cora, Frank Thomas, Robin Ventura, Lance Johnson, Darren Jackson, Ron Karkovice, Ozzie Guillen.
Yep.
So good.
Ozzie Guillen as a player, then as a manager, was a nutcase. But
yeah.
So yes, that is absolutely Joey Cora. I used to love to watch him play with the Mariners. He would fly around the Kingdome, make all kinds of plays. But anyways, Joey Cora, average of 277, 30 home runs, 294 RBIs, a 348 OBP, 7.9 WAR. And one of my favorite Joey Cora stories is he actually played catcher for 2 innings in an emergency because both catchers were hurt, and was perfect behind the plate. Didn't drop anything. Played awesome. But he was the kind of guy that was like, "Where do you need me? I'll play there." And an emergency he'd play anywhere.
It's incredible.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that, John. The drag bunt start the bottom of the 10th in Game 5. That was so good.
Yeah.
The better of the Coras. I mean,
no doubt.
Not going to argue that point.
Still is, and he's a better manager than his brother too. But
I mean, he's a great coach.
Yeah,
and he's been on some teams that he's really made a difference on.
Absolutely.
All right. Here we go. Now we're going to go back a little ways. Played for 24 seasons between 1964 and 1987. Played for the Braves, Yankees, Indians, and Blue Jays. 5-time All-Star. 5-time Gold Glove winner. 1-time ERA title. Best known for winning 121 games after turning 40, which is a Major League Baseball record. Who is that guy?
That one's a layup.
Totally a layup. It's our first venture back in time. Yep. We're working on it.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
John. I mean, John, you're not wrong. That's a fair guess with Jamie Moyer. But yep. Michael's absolutely right. This is Phil Niekro, who just, the stats are mind-boggling. Phil Niekro, career record of 318 and 274, 5,404 innings pitched, 335 ERA, 3,342 strikeouts, 95.9 WAR. An absolute legend.
95.9 WAR for a knuckleballer.
Isn't that crazy?
Insane. Yeah, crazy.
I mean, but look at the stats. I mean, 5,404 innings. Holy cow.
That's I can't even wrap my mind around that.
That's so many innings. And I want to say that was the most innings of a player since 1900, back when guys would pitch like 18 innings of a doubleheader.
Yeah. How many complete games in his career? It had to have been a ton, right? I feel 245 complete games.
Yeah, it's a few.
My God.
That's an insane number.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he had seasons with 20, 22, 23, 18, 18, 21. I mean, he had so many complete games. Yeah. But he was also making 44 starts.
Right.
43 starts, 42 starts, 44 starts, 38 starts, 39 starts, 36, 36, 35. The guy made so many starts. And then he'd also make bullpen appearances randomly.
Yep. I mean, the knuckleball is the equivalent of a softball pitcher. You can literally go out there and just throw it every day, and
Yeah.
your arm would be fine. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So check this line real quick. In 1978 with Atlanta, he had a 10 WAR. He was 19 and 18 with a 2.88 ERA, 44 appearances, 42 starts, 22 complete games, 4 shutouts, 1 save, 334 and a third innings pitched, 1,389 batters faced.
Wow.
248 Ks.
Was it 78 or 79? He was 21 and 20?
79.
79. He was 21 and 20.
Yep.
Won 20 games, lost 20 games. Crazy.
It's bananas. And he had an ERA of 3.39 that season and appeared 44 times. Just insanity.
I wonder, if the knuckleball was better back then because he was never pitching in a dome.
Maybe. And I'm sure pitching in the humidity and heat of Atlanta didn't hurt either.
Right. And that's why I never understood why R.A. Dickey signed with the Blue Jays. I'll never be able to wrap my mind around that. I think he had one good season with them, but otherwise than that, why are you throwing your knuckleball inside? That to me just didn't make a ton of sense.
Yep. Yeah, he won the Cy Young in New York and then went to Toronto and his ERA was 4+. It doesn't work inside. Never did. Wakefield hated pitching inside.
Yeah.
It was the worst decision he could have made, but it was the biggest bag of cash. So,
well, I guess you're going to follow the cash.
I mean, yeah,
I would.
You're a knuckleballer. I mean, how many more contract offers like that are you ever going to see?
Not coming off a Cy Young year. Nope. No. Not going to happen.
No. So,
all right.
Phil Niekro. All right, moving on. Played for 13 seasons between 1974 and 1988. Played for the Reds, Astros, Mets, Orioles, and Tigers. 2-time All-Star, 1-time World Series champ, and MVP. Best known for taking Pete Rose's place in Cincinnati when Pete left for Philadelphia. Who is that guy?
This is a complete guess.
No.
Oh, yeah, they got it.
There it is.
For sure.
There you go. Michael's got it. This is Ray Knight.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
I mean, you weren't way off. You had the right idea. Here comes Knight and the Mets with it. Yeah. So Ray Knight, average of 271, 84 home runs, 595 RBIs, 321 OBP, and 13.2 WAR. He took over for Pete Rose when Pete left town and had a massive season. With all that kind of, I would say, pressure of having to fill those shoes. Otherwise, kind of an unremarkable career, except for 86 with the Mets.
This was who I was thinking when I put Worrell. I was thinking Buddy Bell. That's who I was thinking.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
So he had it, but
yeah. Got a couple more Ray Knights coming in.
I should have thought that I should have had it at the World Series MVP. That's where I should have had it. But
yeah, the Mets gave it away. I mean, that's
what I'm saying. I should have had that.
Yeah.
That was a dumb.
Yeah, because really, I mean, that's like I said, it kind of a relatively unremarkable career, but the 86 Mets was kind of his moment.
For sure. Yep.
So, all right, moving on. Next one. Played for 13 seasons between 1983 and 1995. Played for the Mets, Expos, and Athletics. 1-time All-Star, 1-time Gold Glove winner, 1-time World Series champ. Best known for his work as a broadcaster for SNY and TBS. Who is that guy?
Hmm.
He's actually a pretty good broadcaster. Oh man, Cal did his 47th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, oh man, I swear to God, that guy only goes yard when we're live.
Oh, for sure, it's Ron Darling. Nice job, fellas.
Yeah.
Yep,
Michael and
absolutely.
John first to ring in. That is absolutely Ron Darling. I always want to remember Ron Darling as a lefty, but he's not.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Ron Darling. Record of 136 and 116, 2,360 and a third innings pitched, 387 ERA, 1,590 Ks, 19.6 WAR. Guy that had a few really good seasons, and then some that were not quite as good.
Yeah.
But and is currently one of the SNY broadcasters for the Mets, and I think is actually a really good broadcaster.
Yeah.
And a Massachusetts native. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where from Mass? Do you know?
He went to high school in Shrewsbury, so he's kind of from that area.
Oh, Shrewsbury. All right.
But yes, a Mass native.
Nice.
Who converted to the dark side and went to New York.
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
All right, moving on. All right, the next one. Played for 11 seasons between 1993 and 2003. Played for the Brewers, Red Sox, Expos, and Cubs. Hit a home run in his final at bat in Game 7 of the 2003 NLCS. Best known for driving in 7 runs in a single game during the 1999 ALDS against the Indians. Who is that guy?
Oh, that's one of our boys.
It's one of our boys.
For sure.
Absolutely correct. I loved him. I was such a big fan
of
him.
Yeah, we all did. For some reason, he was just like...
I can still remember the grand slam he hit in Cleveland and like the feeling of, oh my goodness, we might actually pull this out.
Yep. Yep. He was a Red Sox staple too. And I don't even think like he was there. Yeah, it is Troy O'Leary. Nice, John Carter.
Absolutely Troy O'Leary. And yeah, he was only there for 5 seasons, I think.
Yeah, not a ton, but like when I think of Red Sox in the 90s, like he's the first guy that just like bings into my mind for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, and he's one of those guys that had, it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it was 6-ish seasons. But either way, I mean, he was. I mean, you look at his career, and everything he did in his career happened in Boston. Milwaukee was a nothing burger. Montreal was him trying to hang on. Chicago was him trying to hang on. Yeah. But in 2003, he did hit in his final at bat, home run for the Cubs.
It's awesome.
But yeah, so Troy O'Leary, average of 274, 127 home runs, 591 RBIs, 332 OBP, and 7.2 WAR. But man, that 7 RBI game in Cleveland, I can still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yep.
Huge guy. He was clutch. Didn't put up huge numbers, but he's clutch.
Yeah, loved him.
All right. We're going to go back a ways again. All right, next one. Played for 11 seasons between 1985 and 1997. Played for the Cardinals and Dodgers. Rookie of the Year, 3-time All-Star, 1-time Rolaids Reliever of the Year. Best known for being the first reliever to record 30 or more saves in each of its first 3 seasons. Who is that guy? This is not an easy one.
Did I already give you his name?
No. Maybe.
Like on one of my other guesses.
Mm-hmm. There it is, John. Todd, we are the Worrell.
I did when I was guessing. I was trying to think of Buddy Bell. I put in Worrell in the private chat. Oh,
yeah. I was like, that was weird.
So I had him on. Who is that guy when you were out sick?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, good one. This is an awesome one.
Yeah. So Todd Worrell. Record of 50 and 52, 256 saves, 3.09 ERA, 628 strikeouts and 693 and 2/3, 10.9 WAR. Was crazy good for the Cardinals for a stretch.
I mean, 256 saves, nothing to sneeze at.
No. I mean, he had a really good run. He had so he had the 30 plus for the first 3 years of his career, but he then it was 36, 33, 32, 20. Then he battled some injuries, and then he had 32, 44, and 35 with the Dodgers. Like, he had big seasons.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, Todd Worrell.
Good one.
I really don't remember him much with the Dodgers. I really remember him more as a Cardinal.
Again, we didn't have much access to the West Coast in his career.
Well, that's the hard part, because I remember his name with the Dodgers because that was more in the later 90s when I was more aware of baseball, but I still think of him as a Cardinal.
Yep, I agree.
All right, next one. And the last one. All right. Played for 16 seasons between 1989 and 2004. Played for the Cardinals, Cubs, Phillies, Orioles, Dodgers, Marlins, Rangers, Mets, Rockies, Yankees, and Expos. Only player to hit a home run for 11 different teams. Dang. Best known for hitting 385 with 9 RBI in the playoffs for the Mets in 2000. Who is that guy?
Yeah. It clicked on the last line for sure.
Yeah, I thought it might.
Yeah.
Cap, and it was past your bedtime. Yeah. West Coast games were hard as a kid. Like, I was never staying up for those.
No. And they weren't on TV unless they were like, Wednesday night baseball at 10:05 but
yeah,
they were never on TV.
There was no MLB TV back in the day where I could watch those games.
Yeah, absolutely. Todd Zeile for sure, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Todd Zeile, average of 265, 253 home runs, 1,110 RBIs, 346 OBP, and a 19.3 WAR. Todd, good housekeeping, Zeile. He was
another Todd.
Yeah, back-to-back Todds. The Todds. Figured, we got enough Johns in the chat. We'll go with some Todds now.
You should have just done them all. Like Todd Walker.
I should have found every Todd there was. Just Todd.
What is it? Todd Hollinsworth. I mean, there's so many.
We could have kept going.
No, yeah.
I could easily put together 7 of these from all the Todds.
You should do that. You should make a common theme between all of them and have us try to figure out what the common theme is. Anyways, go ahead.
I got your Bermanisms all day.
Yeah.
I used to love Berman. He had some of the craziest nicknames, but anyways, Todd Zeile, another one of those guys who kind of had an interesting career, but had a few moments that just absolutely stand out. And his run with the Mets was absolutely one of them. Like the Rolling Stones, he had a great run. Yeah. I don't disagree.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Well, that is it for this week's Who Is That Guy?
Nice.
So hopefully adding in some older ones was good. We'll keep fine tuning those and adding some more in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't want to go too obscure because it's an interesting time period.
Some guys that are doing the trivia on our reels though, they're like, these are way too easy. Like, we got to dial it back and give us some obscure ones. Like, they're hungry for it. So it's like, all right. I mean, I'm gonna have no clue, but you know what? I say we throw some in there anyways. But
yeah, whatever. You know what? We'll mix it up. Yeah.
So again, I want to say thank you so much to Mid-State Sewer Service for sponsoring this episode. Your support means so much to us. If anybody in the chat knows of any local companies, because we like supporting local too and getting their names out there. So, and we have a national reach. So it really could be any area of the country. If you know anybody that's looking for a sponsorship or a little advertising, just let us know, send us a message, and you can also sponsor a show. It's greatly appreciated. But yes, Mid-State Sewer in Mid-Michigan, all of your sewer needs, please give them a call, visit their website, And again, thank you so much for your support.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I don't have anything else for tonight. Do you have anything in the chat? Do you have anything, Harrison?
Oh, I've always got something.
All right, bring it.
Did you see Jung Ho Lee's catch?
No.
Oh my goodness. So he actually it was a ball hit by Yandy Diaz, and he actually caught it between his knees. You have to see the clip. It's the most insane thing. I'll put it in chat. It was a pretty crazy catch, but he's going deep into the right center gap. It bounces off his glove. It rolls down his upper body, and then he catches it between his knees and stands up with it. It was wild.
Dang. Almost like the Adolis Garcia one the other night, where he like catches it with his glove and it pops out, but he somehow turns around and catches it bare hand before it hits the ground. Do you see that one?
Yes, that was awesome too.
That one was crazy. I'll have to look at that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool one. Just one of those where he covered so much ground and just wasn't going to give up on it.
Twins selected the contract of Genesis Cabrera. Our year is officially over.
Oh no.
Terrible, man. That's funny.
Well, I mean, I've actually found the Twins kind of entertaining to watch because it's a bunch of young guys that just don't care that they're not supposed to be there. They're just out there having fun.
Yeah. Yep. Crazy.
So, but I mean, yeah, it's as a Twins fan, it's not always fun to watch your team lose night after night.
No, it's not for sure. Oh, Tom Dunn is buying the Portland Trailblazers, and he had interest in bringing MLB to North Carolina. Yeah, so I'm still trying to get MLB Raleigh on here. They keep releasing posts, and they say that that this is not going to deter him from getting a team to Raleigh, North Carolina. He is still on that train. He is still in with MLB Raleigh trying to get a team here. So him buying the Trailblazers has no impact on him changing cities. I think they just put out the recent numbers, and Raleigh is bigger than 5 current MLB markets at this point, the greater Raleigh area. I think it was at 4.78 million. I think the number was.
It's good size.
So he has he owns the Canes. He still wants to bring an MLB team here. So his purchase of the Trailblazers has no impact of him trying to get a team here, for sure.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna start putting the chat. So John Carter just sent me a message. He goes, "Chat is showing." Yeah, so at the end we're gonna try something new and just have the chat kind of scrolling there at the bottom for you guys to kind of all see, because the YouTube guys can't see the Facebook guys can't see the YouTube guys. So we kind of thought we'd lay it all out for you guys. So if you want to talk in between each other, you can do that as well.
Yeah,
so,
and we don't share all the comments on screen, so you don't really get to see all the activity happening.
Yeah. We get a lot of comments that you guys don't see throughout the show. We're very selective, as you guys probably know, because not honestly, all of your comments make it. But
yeah, if we showed every comment, we would. That's what the show would turn into. It would just literally be that.
Yeah. So, yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I do, Tommy. I do think that baseball in North Carolina would be extremely successful. This state is loaded with minor league teams. I mean, loaded. We have a ton here. And the fans are screaming for MLB because our closest MLB team is 6 hours away in either direction. We got the Nationals to the north and we got the Braves to the south, both 6 hours away. They sell out the Canes almost every single night, and those fans are rabid. It is incredible. They tailgate for freaking hockey games. It's wild here what they do for the Canes, and I know it would be like that for baseball. I know it would. Fans are screaming for it. The people here are screaming for it, and there's no baseball around us. other than minor league baseball, which is great minor league teams here. You know,
Yeah.
the Durham Bulls are right there. The Durham Bulls are all for an MLB team coming to Raleigh. They're already on board. And the Charlotte Knights in obviously Charlotte, they're the AAA of the White Sox. They pull really well too. So I mean, there's tons of minor leagues around here, but they're ready for their fourth and final MLB franchise or sports franchise in here. Because we got hockey, we got basketball, we got football, just missing MLB. And I think North Carolina wants to split it 2-2. I think essentially they want to go hockey, baseball, and football, basketball. That's what I've heard. Whether they do that or not, I don't know. But yes, I think for sure baseball would be great here.
Oh, Michael, all I think of with the Whalers is Brass Bonanza, and then I can't get out of my head.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of mixed feelings about the Canes, especially when they do the throwback games and they wear the Whalers uniforms. I get it from New England. I get it. A lot of those people missing the Whalers up there, and they're easily, I think, the best hockey logo of all time. And I get it, but I mean the yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so great. Yeah, the Canes fan base is rabid down here. I think they would be the same for baseball. I really do.
I mean, baseball in the Carolinas has always been popular, and that's why there's so many minor league teams down there. A, the weather's great. B, there's plenty of places to drop a team. But C, that you look at the turnout for the games too. They do really well.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
baseball in North Carolina works.
Yes. Yeah, it does for sure.
Gap in your chat is showing.
Yeah. What other states do you think would be good for expansion? I mean, this seems to be the topic that always comes up, but I mean, I think it's Salt Lake City out west. Like I know Cap'n wants it in Oregon. I get it. But I Salt Lake City has everything already there and set. They already got the basketball team and the hockey team there. I think that's where it ultimately ends up. Would you agree?
I mean, I think Salt Lake City has proven that they're one of the most ready. I think they've got maybe one of the better plans. I mean, you've got Sacramento too that is kind of raising their hand right now, saying, "Hey, don't forget about us. We're hosting the A's. We're showing we can handle this. Like if we had a team here and we had a ballpark, like we're showing that our fans will come out." And they're filling that little ballpark. But could you fill a bigger ballpark? Could you get that level of interest? I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Salt Lake City has the infrastructure in place and they are ready. Yeah, Captain. Yeah, I think Salt Lake is ready, and they've already shown that they're ready.
I think Portland might be the better place, and I mean they're not ready. But Salt Lake is definitely like plans laid out. They're ready to go.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, Orlando's ready to go. Nashville's ready to go. Salt Lake's ready to go. Portland's close to ready to go. I mean, you got teams. You got cities that are looking for teams for sure.
Yeah. Before we log off, what do you guys think of people saying baseball is a dying sport? Any truth to that?
No. Baseball's growing faster than it has in a long time. So no.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the spark of the rule changes to kind of bring in, as much as us diehard fans at first were like, what are they doing to our game? It brought in more of the casual fan. And the fact that you're not sitting at the ballpark for 4.5 hours every night, I think is also a huge reason. But me being a huge baseball fan, and I don't know if I wouldn't consider myself a baseball purist. I think the changes have ultimately helped the game to help grow the game. And the players are exciting, and that pulls in the kids, which is honestly what the backbone of this sport needs to be successful in the future. Because if you don't have any youth interested in baseball, then baseball is a dying sport, right? Because let's face it, baseball is an old white person's sport. Let's call it how it is, right? It has a very old following. And if you don't spark that interest in the younger generation, then it will die off. But I think baseball is starting to do better with bringing excitement to the games for the kids.
Yeah, I mean, and to put real numbers to it, I mean, in 2023, MLB was about 11.6 billion in overall revenue. 2024, they were 12.1 billion in overall revenue, growth of about 5%. When you adjust for inflation, they've grown 15% since 2012. I mean, $12.1 billion in gross revenue makes them, I believe MLB is still the largest sport by revenue of any of them. I mean, it helps that you've got more games, etc., but you also have, merch, etc., and all the other stuff, and TV deal. And honestly, they've got the worst TV deal in all the professional sports that they're going to fix.
Yeah. I mean, NFL is still king. Let's be honest. The NFL is still king in North America. It always will be. But baseball's getting there.
Yeah, so
I don't think they'll ever beat American football. They'll never be on top of football.
No, it's because honestly, it's because the NFL has probably the best TV deal in all the sports, which drives a huge portion of their revenue. But MLB is, depending on how you measure it, if they're not the top, then they're behind the NFL. But the NFL has an incredibly lucrative media package that MLB is not even close to sniffing.
And they're not fighting for airtime. We've had this discussion too. You have to find airtime for 15 games every night for 3 hours, 162 times a summer. You're not going to be able to put that on one network.
No.
The NFL can. It's like, oh, NFC's on Fox, AFC's on CBS. Okay. Week over. Like that's it. I mean, yes, you have other games on other network like Amazon. You have one on Thursday nights and whatever. But essentially, you have Fox for the NFC, CBS for the AFC, and that's that. That's all they really have to worry about.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just much simpler. Yeah, there's only so many games on each Sunday. You just can't watch every team. Yeah, you can watch
right.
Depending on where you live, depends on which slate of games is offered to you.
Right.
But and the NFL, honestly, for the fan is just easier. It's one game on Monday, one game on Thursday, 3 games on Sunday, depending on kind of exactly which Sunday, but usually 1, 4, and 8 o'clock. That's it. That's your whole time commitment.
Yep. Baseball's 3 hours every night.
Yep. Yeah. And I think the one thing too, Cap, and I think that baseball has working to its advantage is international. Because as much as other countries are interested in football, they just don't play it. Like right. you don't see American football, our what we call football in most other countries. Baseball is everywhere.
Right.
You'll find a baseball field pretty much in every country in the world. Football, not so much.
No.
And I think that's one thing that helps baseball with the international crowd is the fact that it's so well recognized. And Cap, and you're 100% right. ESPN basically ruined their own coverage of baseball and doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree. I think ESPN's back at the table though with MLB, right? Aren't they?
Well, so right now, yeah. So this TV deal for baseball is being kicked around. It's Amazon, Apple, ESPN, NBC are the 4 that are at the table talking with MLB. Basically, what the old ESPN package was. So, Amazon, I don't think MLB wants because that's a streaming one. Apple, I don't think MLB wants because that's streaming.
Please no.
Yeah, please don't do the Apple thing. But the flip side of that is ESPN and NBC. Those wouldn't be bad because they're going to get the Sunday night package.
Yeah.
So they get the Sunday night game of the week, and then all the additional coverage during the week. ESPN, I don't think cares about baseball anymore. They've proven it in their coverage. I wouldn't mind seeing NBC get it.
Yeah.
The hard part is what's NBC going to do when they get the Sunday night game of the week? And oh, by the way, Sunday night football. Now what do you do?
Yeah, right.
So if I'm MLB, I'm a little nervous about how do you handle it when we overlap, which thankfully isn't a lot, but there's some.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because they have Sunday night football on NBC, right?
Yep.
That's their time slot. So you wouldn't be able to do it.
No. So for those few weeks where they actually overlap, I don't think you can pull that off.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. Never thought of it that way, but
so, unless you drop it to one of your other affiliates, but why would MLB want to do that?
Right.
Lose like a whole month of Sunday games because they're too busy airing football.
Down the stretch.
Right. Right. Really important games.
Yeah, down the stretch. ESPN now it's just like all talk shows. It's
oh my goodness.
Freaking what is it? The climbing up the wet stairs now and dodgeball and like all these it's silly. It's crazy.
I can't even. I don't watch ESPN. I can't watch ESPN. It just makes me mad. The coverage is terrible. Stephen A. Smith, I cannot stand listening to guys like that.
Yeah.
I love Pat McAfee. I think his coverage of sports sucks, but he's entertaining. Right. Stephen A. Smith is just annoying. They've gotten rid of all the old guard, except for Scott Van Pelt, who's now like a muted version of his old self.
Yeah.
It's not the same. ESPN was so good in the 90s and early 2000s. And then when they turned over all those people and did all their restructuring and changed their programming, it's garbage.
Yeah. I mean, this is also a fair point. This could happen. Maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
But
we'll see. I mean, and don't forget, ESPN, ABC, they're all owned by Disney. Disney's got a huge bag of cash.
Oh, yeah.
Disney owns Hulu. Disney's got Disney Plus. Disney's got,
yep.
They got the whole gamut.
Yeah, Tommy, we're with you. We'll always love the MLB over NFL too. It's not even close for me.
We don't even watch football in my house. I honestly don't enjoy it. I think the quality of the game is crap. It's nothing but an injury fest. And my kids don't watch. I would never let one of my kids play it either. I'm out on football.
Yeah.
I play fantasy football. That's the extent of my involvement with football. No interest in it anymore.
Yeah.
And as a Patriots fan, like I rode with the dynasty and I just but no, the quality of the game is just crap.
Yeah. I hope you meant to say golf there, Captain.
Yeah, I'm hoping that was a golf because otherwise we got some life decisions we need to talk about.
Yeah, that's a different channel. I think you were watching.
Probably Scrambly too, if I had to guess.
TBS might be an option for Sunday nights. That's not a bad suggestion. I mean, they randomly have games throughout the year too. But I think TBS focuses on the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, TBS is just playoff coverage.
Yeah. But yeah.
Does TBS still do Braves games?
That's what I mean. Possibly. They might. Oh, I don't know. Because they switch to Bally Sports too?
Oh, you're right. They did. That's right. Because when Ted Turner wasn't involved anymore, they switched it away. Okay, yes, Captain did mean golf. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, well, I just blocked him. Anyways.
I'm into power hitters.
Yeah, that's not where he was going with that. But anyways.
Got it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, I looked at the overlap, John, and he doesn't. So
yeah, he didn't. They missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, they weren't still doing like Sunday games or anything like that. They've been totally out. because I used to catch them on TBS every so often. I was like, oh, interesting, but it hasn't been. I mean, it hasn't been recently. I haven't been a cable subscriber in like friggin' 10 years. I just grab my streaming services and call it good. Oh, TBS is a game of the week. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, that would explain why I've seen it.
Yeah. But yeah. So all right.
What? Real quick, Tommy, I think that MLB could do that. They would just have to have a carrier that's willing to stagger games. And I think the issue they run into is that there's other things going on. So baseball's always been just a Sunday night game.
Well, and then also you have to think about like their fall series schedule starts to kick off. Usually they use the NFL as like a launch for, they're like, oh, check out the new season of Family Guy tonight on Fox after the game. Like, you know what I mean? So they use the NFL to kind of boost their new series that are coming out for that fall season as well. So it'll be interesting. I don't know how they're going to play it out, but I please no, John. I can't have Apple TV.
No, God, no.
Taking some of the playoff games. I can't. The coverage is not good. It's terrible. Yeah. So
yeah, I can't. When they're on Apple TV, I just disregard. I can't. I watched one of them. I'm like, never again.
I couldn't. I mean, I watched it last year. I think I brought it up on the podcast because it blew my mind. And the female announcer was with Hunter Pence, and she was going on and on about how Harrison Bader's name should be Harrison Baber. And she just
I forgot about that.
And she just couldn't drop it. And I go, I never go on Twitter. Never. Like, I don't even know what my handle is or whatever. I went on and found her, and I go, what are you doing?
It's Nick's Mix.
That's what it was.
Or Yated Hanky.
Yeah. But I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, that's so unprofessional. I go, if Hunter Pence went on a softball broadcast and did that, he would have been fired on the spot.
Oh God.
He would have been fired on the spot. Like it shouldn't be a double standard. You can't do that. It was terrible. And ever since then I haven't watched an Apple TV broadcast. I just haven't been.
They're still awful, for the record.
Yeah. So, and Captain, this is so true. If you have eyes, then you will have someone willing to air it. Yep.
Well, that's the problem MLB's had. Like, you can't do national television deals. You can't, because you just have too many games. Yeah. And you just can't attract enough eyes for every single game. And all these other networks run regular programming during the week. Like, they can't be running baseball Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They've got regular programming.
Yeah.
If a joke doesn't land, it's okay to move on. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna find you on Twitter now. That sounded more threatening than I meant it. John, I won't reply to it. I haven't checked Twitter since then. Like, I literally.
It's not even called Twitter anymore. But Nick doesn't even know.
Right. What is it now?
X.
Is it X? Whatever. Yep. Yeah. So I wouldn't even bother, honestly. Yeah, crazy. But all right, I got nothing else. Do you have anything else, Harrison?
I think we're good.
All right. So we are back to our regularly scheduled weeks. So no Jeopardy on Wednesdays. None for a few weeks. Like I said, we are working with Nostalgic Baseball Geezer to put our new quote-unquote game show together that hopefully will happen in about a month and a half or so, but we're going to enjoy our Wednesday nights for a little bit. But we will be back on Thursday to recap the week of news, and we will see you then. Until then, please share all of our stuff. We have been off the chain with views lately. I think we'll hit 5 million views this month, which is crazy. I think we'll hit it tonight. I trying to keep up with the comments has been nuts, but you guys, I say it every week, and I really mean it. I don't think you understand how much you guys mean to us about being here so consistently every night. Means a lot to us. You guys are the backbone of our show. So we really appreciate you guys. Can't say it enough. But yeah, we will be back on Thursday, 9 p.m. We'll